Dear friends and viewers, Namaskar. Welcome back to Kns Biochemistry. In this session, we are going to talk about simple minerals. What are these minerals? What is their importance? Then one such mineral, an example for such kind of mineral is calcium ion, and we are going to discuss about minerals and calcium ion. So let us see the topic now.
Here you'll learn how minerals are different from vitamins, what some important ones do for you, and where you can find them in a natural diet. A mineral, from a dietary sense, is an inorganic compound that's needed in small amounts for the regulation of your body's processes and health. Minerals are inorganic, unlike vitamins, which are organic nutrients. This means minerals do not contain carbon. When it comes to minerals, there are two general classes of them. There are macrominerals, minerals the body needs in relatively large amounts, larger than trace minerals, minerals the body needs in relatively small amounts. But do not be fooled. Just because trace minerals are needed in smaller amounts does not even remotely negate their critical importance, as you'll soon learn. The different types of macrominerals include calcium, sodium, and potassium. Examples of trace minerals include iron, fluoride, and iodine. Remember how I just said trace minerals are important, even if you need less of them than macrominerals?
Dietary minerals are often referred to as the metabolic spark plugs of life energy that act as catalysts for the activation of many chemical reactions needed for normal bodily functions. They are essential nutrients for human health and necessary for our existence. Minerals are the nutritional components found in the periodic table of elements and are naturally occurring substances present in the Earth's soil layer and water sources. Plants absorb these microscopic particles and make them bioavailable when consumed directly or by moving up the food chain. Macrominerals versus microminerals. Dietary minerals are basically divided into two groups: macrominerals and microminerals, or trace minerals. Although both are equally important for optimal health, macrominerals are the main major minerals the body needs in larger amounts and are subsequently the most likely to become deficient through inadequate intake. The quantity consumed daily through dietary sources is specific to one's age, gender, and lifestyle activities. Some people may need more of certain major minerals or when there is a mineral deficiency. This is the case for pregnant or nursing women, the elderly, vegans, and those who make poor dietary food choices. There are 7 major macrominerals. They are calcium, magnesium, potassium, sulfur, chloride, phosphorus, and sodium. Here is the following information about each, as well as the U.S. recommended dietary allowances and food sources. The 7 major macrominerals, functions, RDA, and food sources. Number 1. Calcium. Calcium is the most abundant mineral in the human body, largely found in the bones and teeth. It helps build and maintain the skeletal structure, regulates muscle contractions, is important for proper nerve transmission, as well as supports healthy blood cell function and clotting. Vitamin D is needed for the proper absorption of calcium. In addition, the body generally requires twice as much calcium as magnesium in the diet for the best uptake of these minerals. When this balance is thrown off, deficiency can occur on either side. The recommended dietary allowance for calcium is 1,300 milligrams a day for adults based on a 2,000 calorie daily diet, but can be lower or higher depending on one's age or gender. Greater amounts of calcium are required by women, especially after menopause or when pregnant or breastfeeding. Food sources include raw dairy products like yogurt, kefir, and cheeses, canned sardines and salmon, leafy greens, tofu, seaweeds, almonds, tahini, oranges, broccoli, carob, spirulina, and herbal teas like chamomile, nettle, and oat straw.
calcium is found in milk, milk products, and many fortified foods such as orange juice. Milk, as well as meat and many vegetables, also contains an important macromineral called potassium. Potassium is necessary for healthy nerve function. Your nerves are like the electric circuit and power cable in your home. If you didn't have enough potassium, the electrical power would be unable to flow through your nerves, resulting in flickering, malfunction, and even shutdown of the nervous system.
So now we are going to see about the critical role of this calcium ion in the body system. So where are the critical places where this calcium is going to play a very important role or very critical role? First one is nerve conduction, the conduction of nerve impulses in the neurons in the nervous system. Then blood coagulation system, that is when blood is clotting. During the clotting mechanism of the blood, calcium is playing a very important role. Enzyme activation. For some enzymes, I see that calcium is going to play a very important role in the activation of those enzymes. In presence of calcium, those enzymes are very active. If there is no calcium, those enzymes cannot be active. Then calcium is helping in the process of exocytosis. That is cell vomiting, it is called exocytosis. That is whatever content toxicants there inside the cell, it is sometimes it is vomited outside by the cell. That process is called exocytosis. Exocytosis process, during that time also calcium is playing an important role. Then bone mineralization. Of course, formation of the bone is connected with calcium and phosphorus. Then the calcium level in the body is regulated by 2 or 3 components. One is the absorption mechanism and the absorption rate of calcium in the intestine. That is called intestinal absorption. Then another area where the calcium is having a crucial role is in the kidney. That is in the kidney reabsorption of calcium. So renal absorption, that is also playing important role. Then third place where calcium is having a role is the bone turnover rate. That is addition of calcium on the bone or demineralization of the bone. So calcium will be removed from the bone. That is called bone turnover. Then some hormones, they are playing a very important role in the calcium regulation, the level of calcium in the blood as well as in the extracellular fluid. Those hormones, PTH, calcitriol. Calcitriol is nothing but you see that a hormone comes from thyroid gland. So PTH, parathyroid hormone, that already we have discussed. Then intestinal as well as internal calcium ion concentration, that itself is regulating its own level. So these are all the places where calcium is playing a very important role, and it is regulated in the body as well as in the bone and the blood. Then another protein is there, that is claddin. Claddin 16 and claddin 19. They form a paracellular pore, a small pore. Here you can see that one pore is there, direct pore, the violet colored one, between the cells. So that paracellular pore, it's a small hole or pore that regulates the tight junction, because it is looking like a tight junction. Across the tight junction, calcium is transported, magnesium is also transported, because calcium and magnesium both are bivalent cations, 2Ca2 plus Mg2 plus. So they are having double positive charges, that is called bivalent cation. So this is responsible for permitting or easily you see that penetrating area, tight junction area for calcium ion Mg2 plus, that is magnesium ion. And this is how is it that direct penetration takes place. But there is another concept or alternative hypothesis for this mechanism. That alternative hypothesis says that cladins 16 and 19, they are going to form sodium channels. See that here you get blue colored one is sodium channel. These sodium channels, via that sodium channels, calcium is exchanged, not through this tight junction. This is alternative theory. So this theory says that it form transepithelial sodium chloride, that is NaCl diffusion potential, because sodium and potassium are exchanged along with chloride. So this divalent cation absorption takes place when you are diffusing sodium chloride. Then loss of function, mutations in the genes, that these genes are going to encode cladin 16 protein and cladin 19 protein. When you have any mutation in this protein, then gene mutation is there, this protein will not be properly formed, then you will get symptoms. That is called familial, sometimes it is genetically inherited, familial hypomagnesemia and hypercalciuria. Hypomagnesemia means low level of magnesium seen in the blood. Hypercalciuria means high level of calcium seen in the urine. Whereas in the blood, you will get hypocalcemia, low level of calcium, because all the calcium is excreted through urine. There is no reabsorption of calcium in this cells, in this kidney cell. Then nephrocalcinosis. That is that a problem in the nephron where calcium accumulation takes place in the lumen. So that is called nephrocalcinosis. Or if you have any mutation in the NKCC cells, then already I told you NKCC cell mutation is happening, then you will get Barter's syndrome. So if this problem is not there, properly calcium ion and magnesium is absorbed through tight junction, these problems, familial problem, this Barter's syndrome, it will not come. Otherwise you will get this problem. Thyroid gland secretes calcitonin, and this calcitonin is having influence on lowering the calcium levels in the blood. It inhibits calcium absorption in the intestine area. At the same time, it inhibits calcium reabsorption in the kidney, so that the calcium is excreted in the urine. Then it promotes deposition of calcium into the bone. It is called a bone mineralization. So because of that, it inhibits osteoclasts and it stimulates osteoblasts. Osteoblasts are the bone cells. Dear friends, after this session, let us go for a chota question and answer session. So let us start the question round now. thank you very much for your patient listening. And once again, if I get another opportunity, I will meet you all with another topic in another video session. So thank you all. Jai Hind.